everyone, I'm Lydia from Novelty. I am in a wedding this week, and so when I saw the courtship book tag, I thought it sounded perfectly fitting. So let's get started. Number 1, initial attraction. What is one book you bought because of the cover? And I got it for review, but when I saw this cover, I thought it was absolutely beautiful. It is True to You by Becky Wade. Unfortunately, I did not like the book, at all, but still, it's a beautiful cover. 2, first impressions. What is the book you got because of the summary? I went with High as the Heavens because it is about a British nurse in World War I, which it's hard to find books that take place in World War I. And then it has espionage, and I read this a couple years ago, but I remember really liking it because it's all about espionage during World War I, which, is kind of redundant from what I just said. But goodness, guys, those are 2 of my favorite things to read about, at least. I don't think I'd really want to be in World War I as a spy, because that would be kind of freaky. Number 3, Sweet Talk. What is a book with great writing? I went with The Insatiable Quest for Beauty by Tiffany Dawn because this book, it's nonfiction, and sometimes I feel like nonfiction writing is a little bit choppy or, I don't know, just hard to follow, but her book is so real and honest and raw and so beautiful. The writing, it just made me want to quote it, and I had a friend and I kept texting her quotes from it. I still have that friend. But yes, I started texting her quotes as I was reading the book, and I texted her so many quotes that finally I'm like, I'm just going to buy you the whole book because it is amazing. So yes, I highly recommend it. Number 4, First Date. What is one book in a series that made you want to read the rest of the series? I am going with Counted with the Stars by Connie Lynn Cazette. It's a Out from Egypt series, and it drew me in very few books do. I mean, books draw me in like crazy, but this one drew me in sucking me in really, really tight and did not want to let me go. So yes, very cool series. Sorry. Can you just be quiet?
I thought I had waited until you were done.
I'm going to leave it in there and I'll be like Hosanna. And number 5, late night phone calls. What is one book that you stayed up all night reading? This is actually a really common occurrence for me because I really like staying up all night reading. It's so peaceful. But the book I chose is A Hiding Place by Corey ten Boom. It's nonfiction and it is totally phenomenal. It is about her life during World War II. She hid Jews and she was part of the resistance in the underground and kind of a leader, and then they were caught and betrayed and taken to prison camp. And if you have not read this book, you really should. Always on my mind, a book you could not stop thinking about. I really liked Many Sparrows by Laurie Benton. It made me want to read all the books by Laurie Benton that she had ever written, so I started reading them, and unfortunately some of them weren't exactly my style because they were too romantic for my taste, but this one is amazing. It is about this person who is going out west with her husband and child, and she's pregnant, and then her little boy disappears, and her husband, I don't think it's a spoiler, her husband dies. Actually gets killed. So yeah, and then she has to find her little boy, and she has her baby, and it's kind of crazy. And my favorite part about it was it also it showed a really good perspective from the Indians viewpoint plus the seller's viewpoint, and made it all seem really balanced, which is hard I think in these types of books from that time period. So yes, I like it and I want to reread it now. Meeting the Parents. What book do you recommend to family and friends? Forensic Faith by J. Warner Wallace. Wow, I keep hitting my glasses. But yes, I have recommended this book to a lot of people. I actually got it as an ARC, which they make me happy when I get them. But it is really, really good about learning how to defend your faith and learning to really look into why you believe what you believe and all that good kind of stuff. Plus, it's really super interesting because he is a cold case detective. Who doesn't want to learn from a cold case detective? Thinking about the future. What is one book or series that you'll be rereading over and over again? I like rereading, folks. I really, really like rereading. Not folks, I like rereading books. But the books I went with, yes, because I did not go with just one. I went with these 3 nonfiction ones, which is, first of all, Life Creative by Wendy Speak and Kelly Stewart. I think I fangirled about this book a lot on here. It is about being a mom, which I am not a mom, but it goes with being a girl, mom, woman, etc. and being creative and trying to balance everything. And the book itself It's so creative looking and it's beautiful and wonderful. The other two books I went with were books about technology and people nowadays because it's hard to live a balanced life with so much technology. So this one is Growing Up Social and this one is Screens and Teens. Both of them are amazing. Thank you so much for joining me, folks. I hope you have a fantastic week. I am tagging Jessie Dawn, and if y'all want to do the tag, just link it below because I would be delighted to see your answers. And that's it for today, folks.